ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is a review for WWE SmackDown, and this is for October 30th, 2018, day before Halloween. So, let's cut right to the chase here. You start with AJ Styles. He immediately calls out Daniel Bryan. They have a back and forth. AJ Styles says, "I'm sorry." Daniel Bryan says, "Don't worry about it." AJ Styles says, "You don't understand. I'm sorry because I actually did Pele kick you on purpose." Bryan says, "Well, I want to hit you right now." They're like, "Well, why wait until Crown Jewel? Let's do it right here." Shane McMahon comes out, says, "If you guys want it so bad, this is SmackDown, you're going to get it." The match is on. The World Heavyweight Championship match. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles to kick off the show for SmackDown. I liked it. I knew this was coming because the big rumor was that Daniel Bryan doesn't want to go to Crown Jewel. He doesn't want to be a part of it. Doesn't want to be associated with it, just like John Cena. He stood his ground. Good for him. I just hope WWE isn't a bunch of assholes and decide to, punish him for standing his ground, because they're known to do shit like that. But moving on into the match, it was very good. A lot of good spots, a lot of good technical wrestling, a lot of fast-paced action. This is everything you would expect from Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Two of the best in the business, if not the two best in the business. I don't think there's much argument for AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan might be a flavor, but he's still at least got to be in the top 5. So very good match. AJ Styles works on Daniel Bryan's leg a lot of the match. Daniel Bryan works on AJ Styles' arm. Eventually Daniel Bryan gets caught in the calf crusher, has to tap out to AJ. They shake hands, hug after the match. And then Samoa Joe, he rushes into the ring, knocks into AJ, who knocks into Daniel Bryan, and then Samoa Joe goes on a rampage on both guys. So obviously they're setting up for what they are going to do for Crown Jewel now. Backstage, you get a real quick Jeff Hardy and Miz promo. Both separate promos talking about Crown Jewel. And I'm not a big fan of these scripted promos, I gotta be honest. They need to let people fucking have the chance to say what they want and show their character. You can tell some of these promos are scripted and it doesn't look good. After that, you have another backstage promo coming back from commercial, where you have Paige and Charlotte talking. Paige is asking Charlotte to be the leader for the SmackDown women's team at Survivor Series. Charlotte says she doesn't know if she's the woman yet. Paige, trying to convince her. And then you get a trick or street fight. Of course, it's Halloween, so they're going to do some goofy bullshit. And I will say that the New Day are the ones that sold it, because they came out as the Brood, Gangrel, Edge, and Christian back in their vampire days. Which was a little bit campy because, let's face it, it's the New Day. But being is that they are the New Day, they're talented, they can get shit over, it was kind of fun to watch. The match turned into Big E versus Cesaro. And of course everybody got involved because there's no disqualification. And they eventually got rid of the Big Show by spitting the fake blood in his face, just like Gangrel used to do. And then they did the same thing in the ring. Big E spits fake blood into Cesaro, hits the big ending, gets the win. So kind of entertaining, kind of cheesy. We'll give it a half and half. Then you get a backstage bit where you got Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, and Randy Orton. They're all there with Shane McMahon talking about Crown Jewel. And Shane McMahon says, for whoever gets all the way to the finals and loses to somebody on Raw, if they don't win, they are no longer on SmackDown. Now that could be an easy out for, say, Rey Mysterio if he was just doing a short run, or if Jeff Hardy's retiring, or if they want to send somebody to Raw. Any way that goes, it's an easy out for that. Or they could just have somebody from SmackDown win. So, but at least it adds some stakes and something to think about at Crown Jewel. So, I'll give it a plus. Backstage, you have AJ Styles, Paige segment, where AJ says he wants Samoa Joe again. Paige reluctantly gives in, and it's Samoa Joe versus AJ for the belt at Crown Jewel. We kind of already figured that at the beginning. Then you get Shinsuke Nakamura versus R-Truth. R-Truth and Carmella are kind of both singing the song now when they come out. And, you know, I will say that the R-Truth Carmella shtick is kind of working for me. It really is. I like her much better as a face than I do a heel, and I get that's the point. But quite frankly, I just think it, you know, her personality fits a face better than a heel, which honestly I think heel is usually easier to pull off. But yeah, I really like her better as a face, for sure. The match itself, nice back and forth. Decent match. Shinsuke, at the end, he hits a Kinshasa, gets the win. Then you get a pretty good Becky Lynch promo. It wasn't anything spectacular. No, she was just kind of filling in space, I think, honestly. But was a good, you know, promo for what it was. And there you go. iPhone promo from Samoa Joe. I don't like the iPhone promos, but that's just me. It's just a personal flavor. I like a little bit more production value to it. But Samoa Joe, he's always good at promo, so there you go. Randy Orton and The Miz take on Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy at the end of the show. This is building up, of course, towards Crown Jewel and the tournament that they're having, the World Cup tournament, to prove someone is the best in the world. I really think that's stupid. It really has no stakes, and everybody's going to forget about it in a day. Yeah, there's going to be no bragging rights to this. But for the match itself here, definitely decent for what it was. Nothing grandiose. But it was entertaining. It was a good way to close out the show, I think. Jeff Hardy hits a swanton, gets the win. And then, of course, Randy Orton is just going to hit a series of RKOs on everybody, including The Miz. I liked it. I liked the way they closed it out. Of course, Randy Orton, everybody loves seeing him just RKO everybody. So, it was a cool close. So, I really liked this SmackDown. I really liked the opening, especially the opening match. I think that was a hell of a way to kick off SmackDown, and it lasted quite a while, actually. The New Day coming out as the Brood, I thought it was entertaining. It was something unique, and it was a nice throwback to earlier wrestling instead of just doing like cosplay of something else, so I did like that too. Becky Lynch promo, good. Shinsuke Nakamura and R-Truth, not bad. So, I mean, honestly, I felt like this was a pretty strong episode considering Shane McMahon adding stakes for Crown Jewel. So, like, overall, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't want to go all the way 8, but I feel like it was a strong show. I do. I feel like it was a really strong show. So, 7.5 out of 10. I feel like, you know, a lot of things they did led up to Crown Jewel, which is important. And they actually had a couple of things leading up to Survivor Series already. Becky Lynch and then Charlotte Flair, those promos. So I do like that they're paying attention to what they're doing, where they're going. They got storylines and matches that mean something. They didn't just throw shit together. So I liked it. I really did. And as a matter of fact, the more I'm talking about it, I think I will give it an 8 out of 10. I think, yeah, it really was a strong show. The matches were good, and they're paying attention to what they're doing. So I like that. So 8 out of 10. That's where I'm at with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwitz. Kaged Nation, out.